a beginner trying to start doing nails, then you need to watch this video. So first off, I want to start with nail drills. There's a lot of nail drills on the market. You don't need super expensive nail drills when you're first starting out, but you do need one that's going to last you for a really long time. So the one that I have is the McCart nail drill. This is one of their older nail drills, but you can see that it comes with, this is what you want. It comes with a switch, and you can control how fast you want it versus how slow you want the nail drill. That's really what's most important. And I like this one because even though it's a bit bulky, it's well made and it's pretty powerful, and it hasn't gone out on me. I got it in 2020 and it still hasn't gone out of me. By the time this video is 2025 now, so it's lasted for 5 years and she's still going strong. And it also comes with this wand, plugs in right here. Along with your nail drill, you want your bits. So the most important bits, you really only need 3 bits. I would arguably even say 2. You want to have this. This is just a mandrel bit, and you just put your sanding band on top of it, and that's what you use to buff out your nails for all your prep. For any nail work, you have to do prep, and that's most important. This is my nail bit case. I don't need a big nail bit case. This is the Pana drill bit, and it's really good for getting really close to the cuticle to drill. Really good. This is the one that I use the most. It replaces these 2 bits, and these are the ones that usually come in like drill bit kits that are actually pretty good. The ones that come usually are like these little like silver metal ones, and they're not that good. But I recommend, if you're a beginner, that you get the safety bit version of these. I don't have them on me because I don't need them anymore, but the safety bit version basically just has like a little bump on the top to make sure that it's much harder for you to hit your actual cuticle skin. And when you first get this bit, it's really sharp. I actually cut myself really bad, and I ended up cutting my mom when I was practicing on her, using it really bad. So just make sure that you have really a lot of control over your nail drill and your nail bit, and that you're comfortable using safety bits before you use bits that don't have any safety features on them. And for the third bit, it's a bit arguable if you need this bit, because you can do all this work with a sanding band, but they are cuticle bits. So these are the 2 cuticle bits that I use the most. This is with like the bits that you see them do Russian manicures with. This one just has a little ball at the tip. I don't know if you can see the little ball at the tip, and basically it just gets under that skin at the cuticle, and that's really what makes your prep work just really good, and make sure that the nails that you put on stay on. If you don't want to go the nail drill route, I don't really recommend it, but I mean, if you don't have the money to buy a nail drill right now, then you'll be fine. Like, you can still do a lot of the work that you need to do. For me, what you need, nail tech essentials, is files. You don't need a lot of files, but if you're working with extension, extended gel, extended acrylic, gel X, anything, when you're trying to file the nail, or even polygel, when you are trying to file the nail, you need to use an 80/80 grit. That's gonna be the best for you. And just making sure that you get that crisp shape that you want. You don't want to use bad files while you're shaping. And this is a file that I have that is, I believe it's 100, 180 on each side. So this is the 100 side. So as you go down, so smaller numbers have bigger, like rougher grits, and larger numbers have thinner grits. So this is the type of grit that you want to use on the natural nail, and this rough grit is the type that you want to use on artificial extensions. So this is my prep baggie. This is where I keep all of my tools after I have disinfected and sanitized them. For tools wise, you need a nail clipper. You can use a straight edge nail clipper, or you can get a curved edge one. I recommend the straight edge one. You can do whatever shape that you need to and just cut the nail down as quick as possible. But if you're just cutting natural nails, do get the curved tip one. You're also going to need cuticle nippers and cuticle pushers, and your pusher is just to push back all that excess skin on the nail, so you can actually sand off that under cuticle, like dead skin, in order for your prep to really stick. So these are the sanding bands I was talking about. I use these sanding bands that goes on the mandrel bit to prep the natural nail. Mine are 180 grit. You can see they're really fine sanding bands that are amazing and safe to work on the natural nail. So you're also going to need a container for your monomer, your alcohol, whatever you're using whatever medium you're using. This is mostly for acrylic nails, but this is the container I have for my monomer. I have 2 of these. So the next thing you're gonna need is alcohol to clean off your any like dust after drilling, any like just nail art that you don't want to keep on the nail that you messed up. You need to have alcohol to clean it off. So you're also going to need a soak off bowl. This is from Shein. You don't need it to be a lot. Like, I just use a soak off bowl because it makes my soak offs really quick. If you don't want to get a soak off bowl, it's completely fine to just soak off nails using a cotton ball and aluminum foil. It's a bit cheaper if you're still starting out, if you can't order anything right now, but my favorite is the soak off bowl. Don't spend a lot of money on it. The other thing you're gonna need is brushes or wipes to clean off the actual dust. So I have this dust brush, this little rose dust brush. I've had it for a few years now. She's really cute. She does her job. And if you don't want to spend a lot of money on one of these, I didn't spend a lot of money on this one. I believe I got it off Amazon, but they have the same one on Shein. I use these. These are really good. They're cheap. You can get like a 20 pack of them on Shein for like $1, and they're really good because you can switch them out between clients, especially. Also, they can be used for when your client needs to wash their actual nails in the bathroom. They can scrub off all the dust. For my UV gel light to cure my nails, I have this one. It's the Macart gel light. I didn't start off using this one. I'm gonna put some other options of what I started off using that are cheaper than this one. I think this one was like $70, but I got this one because, as you can see, it's cordless. It just makes it easier for me to move it around on the table when I'm doing a client. If I need to like pick it up, or if I'm curing their toes, they can just put their toes in the light. Also, it comes off and it sticks onto the back magnetically, and it's just really easy for me to use. It hasn't burnt out yet. I've had it for, I believe, about 2 years now, and she's still fine. But you do need to know that over time, your nail lights do lose charge and the ability to cure gels, which is why you need to try to replace them regularly. I'm not sure about the time frame of what you need to replace them, of what time that you need to replace them in, but make sure that you are doing that. But I really suggest like nitrile nail gloves, no latex gloves. No latex, because somebody could have a latex allergy. Use vinyl gloves, and it's just because you don't want to give yourself contact dermatitis. It's just easier to clean everything off. You don't have to worry about like that sensory nightmare of dust being all over your hands while you're trying to do a client. You have to clean off your own hands. It just keeps everything a lot cleaner, and it's definitely a need. This is all things that you really do need to do nails. So the next thing that's really important is your acrylic. I have so many acrylics, but something I wish I knew about acrylics is that you're not going to use the color acrylic. You're not going to use the color acrylic at all. You only really need cover acrylics, which are these colors like this. These like pink nude colors, your cover acrylics. You're going to need your clear acrylic, and you're going to also need white acrylic. This is soft white acrylic. You can get soft white or just white. This is the white acrylic that I use. So the brands that I recommend, I really like the Mia Secret acrylic, the Young Nails acrylic, and the Beauty Pure acrylic. So for beginners, I think really the most affordable option is the Mia Secret acrylic. They have all their cover acrylics and a clear acrylic that comes in one kit. You're going to really be using a lot of clear acrylic powders to encapsulate glitters, to encapsulate your any like designs that you might do with your acrylic, any marbling, any ombre. You need your clear acrylic. What's also really important is your nail tips. If you're doing acrylic extensions, you want to get nail tips. Nail forms are really hard to do, but you can do those. I don't use them personally because they make it a lot harder for me, and it's not as quick. These are stiletto, these are coffin, and these are square nail tips. If you don't want to get all of these, I just recommend getting square nail tips because those you can shape into any shape that you want. You can't shape everything like a coffin tip and stiletto into like a square, but square you can shape into coffin and stiletto. So if you want to just save money, focus on getting your square nail tips. Also, if you feel like you are taking too much time shaping, the already pre-shaped tips, these are not full cover tips, they help so much. Another thing is gel polishes. These are just some of my gel polishes that I use. I have the Beetles liner sets. That's really all the gel polishes that I use, is the liner sets, because a lot of gel polishes, you don't want to waste your money on gel polishes that aren't going to cover what you need or just be as opaque as you want. You want good gel polishes, so I recommend Beetles. These are just the ones that I use. You can use any brand, but get your liner gels, get your cat eye gel, and also whatever other polishes you want. But I really recommend just getting the basics. Get the rainbow and get your browns. Get black and white gel polish. You need white and black gel polishes, just the normal ones. I also use the Beetles brand. It works best for me, and you get a really big bottle. And I use that for when I'm doing like white or black French tips, or just painting the entire nail white. That's good. If you're painting entire nails with just gel, then I do recommend just getting the big bottles of the gel. But for any design, just use your liner. However, you don't want to just use liner for like painting the entire nail, because liner is really pigmented, and if you paint the entire nail, it might be too thick in some areas, and it might not cure all the way underneath it. So the next thing is your prep work material. This is what I use. These are, you need primer and dehydrator. This is just what you use before you apply acrylic, before you apply gel polish to the nail. The dehydrator, make sure there's no oil on the natural nail or while you're applying any acrylic. And the primer, make sure that the acrylic or the gel sticks really well to the nail and adheres to the nail. I really do recommend the Young Nails Protein Bond. This works so well. You don't need a lot. I have the smaller bottle and I've been using this for a while now, but it definitely is like, you cannot skip this step. So you're gonna need a tip cutter. This is really important when cutting the tips, and making sure that they are all the same length on your client's nail, and making sure that it's cut straight. You're going to need some top coat and you're going to need some base coat. So this is the top coat that I use. This is the IBD Intense Seal top coat. It's the best top coat that I found. I don't really like other brands' top coat. This one just has a really glassy finish, and it does not yellow. It stays clear. It's amazing. I love her. For base gel, you can see she's really well loved. I use the D&D base gel. I also do use the Beetles and the Macart, even Modelones base gel. These are all great options. Base gel isn't super important, but this is what I use, and it is what makes your gel stick. I also like using it because when drawing my designs, because when you kind of draw on acrylic, it'll bleed through the acrylic and any like imperfection into the acrylic like after you buff, so it's pretty important. So you're also gonna need buffers. This is just a really small buffer. These are like about 200 grit or maybe up. They're very like fine grit to buff the nail. You can use them on the acrylic, you can use them on the natural nail. I like to file my acrylic and then go over buffing it to make sure it's completely smooth. But of course, I hope you enjoyed this video and you enjoyed watching. I hoped I helped you to start your nail journey, and it's just gonna be so fun. And don't stress about the products that you have. Don't stress about a whole bunch of nail charms or nail stickers. What you really want to get down is your application and your shaping right, and all you need to do is a little simple French tip. Most clients are just going to want a French tip from you, and that's the base of a lot of nail designs. So please do not worry about getting all these extra materials. Get good at the basics first, and that's what's going to separate your art from other artists, and make sure that you can start to, if you're doing other clients' nails or if you're just doing your own nails, it just makes it look really professional and makes you really confident in what you're doing. Also, it's really important to not give up about what you're doing with your nails. I remember feeling really dejected about how my nails were looking. I felt like I wasn't getting better. It's gonna take you some time, but don't give up. Practice. That's all I can say. Practice on yourself, practice on other people, and like that nail practice hand that people be telling you to buy, I mean, you can buy it. I only practice on it a couple times. The best thing for you to do is to practice on yourself and other clients, because it also teaches you the anatomy of the nail and how different things feel. but it's just really important. And just don't give up. Your nail journey is going to come to you. It might not be now, but it will be soon. But yeah, if you enjoyed watching the video, please leave a like, please subscribe, just comment down below if this helped you, and yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye.